Mr. Flynt, I want to ask you, our sources are telling us that her people are actually the ones that approached you or your people in regard to Casey Anthony being in your magazine. Can you confirm that?
No, I won't confirm what talks that we've had, but right after the verdict, I was asked if I wanted to do something, and I felt like a lot of Americans did. Even though I didn't necessarily agree with the verdict, I thought she might have been responsible for the death of her child, and I just felt that the people wouldn't necessarily want to see her with her clothes on or off. So I kind of forgot about the idea, but I just recently got off a book tour where dozens of people would come up to me in Philadelphia, Austin, Houston. They'd say, why haven't you made an offer to Casey Anthony, you know? Why don't you want to publish her pictures? And many of them came up and actually would say things like, look, she's a really attractive person. You don't realize this because she's been in jail. She was in the courtroom. The clothes that she was wearing and all this, a great hairstylist and makeup artist could have her looking, you know, really fabulous. So I've never been one to shy away from controversy because when nobody else in the country would, I published the nude photos of Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis in 1975, and I made over $20 million off of them. So if something will work, I don't have a problem doing it. Now, in the offer that we made to Casey through her attorney, the $500,000 payment's only part of it. We're willing to pay 10% of the profit. So if this thing goes viral, and it could be as big as everybody thinks it was because of how big the trial is, she could make millions, more than's ever been discussed with her in any of the other possible interviews that she would be involved in. So
Mr. Flynt,
I know that people will
No, I'm sorry. Mr. Flynt, what I'm hearing you say, you are confirming that there have been talks. Is that correct?
Yeah, but I won't go beyond that.
How soon do you think there may be a deal? Do you see that as a foreseeable possibility here?
I don't want to second guess that. They got a lot of things going on, and I don't know what's going to happen. But I know they've got an important decision to make, and if they're going to have, if they want to get their hands on big money, they got to go through me.
All right.
Anything else that they get paid will be chicken feed.
Back to Larry Flynt joining us tonight. Obviously, you had to, as a businessman, before making this offer, this very serious offer, had to look at the pros and the cons. And there are a majority of people in this country that believe Casey Anthony got away with murder. Did that concern you at all?
That definitely concerned me in the beginning, but I said as a result of the book tour that I've been on recently for my new book, people have been coming to me in droves, you know, wanting this. I've never seen that happen before.
So you're saying that people actually come up to you on your book tour asking you that they want to see her?
They want to see her in the magazine. Why haven't you made an offer? We can't understand it. You know, looks like you will be the one to do it. And I've seen that there's been interest in past years about, you know, certain celebrities, but never to this extent. I think it's a lot of people really think that she is attractive, and they would like to see her in that sort of a layout.
A lot of people believe that to sell a story by Casey Anthony, no matter where it is sacrilegious in a sense because it is making money off the death of her daughter. And first, let me get your response to that.
Well, look, as I explained in the beginning, you know, it's been some time since the verdict. I made no contact with her attorneys, made no formal offer, because I thought there would be no interest in seeing her in the magazine. But my mind has been changed as I've traveled the country promoting my new book. As I said, people have been coming up to me by the dozens wanting to know why I haven't made an offer and, well, when am I going to do it? And while there may be a group of people out there who think that she's guilty of murder, you've got the men that say, hey, you know, I want to see her in her birthday suit. So they may be some sick individuals, as the lady said, but that's what life's all about.
You know, Mr. Flynt, we did a fast poll around CNN here tonight, and I'll just tell you generally, the guys here, they think she's hot. The women are appalled, absolutely appalled. Your circulation, I would say the majority are men?
Yes, majority. Yeah, it's not 90% men.
Joining us exclusively from Los Angeles is Larry Flynt, the founder of Hustler Magazine, co-author of the new book, One Nation Under Sex. Mr. Flynt, I want you to be able to respond to Annette in Vermont because she is very angry, believing that you just want to make millions from this, from a woman that murdered her child. Your response?
I had the same kind of conversations with people in 1975 when I published the nude photos of Jacqueline Kennedy. They were extremely upset. Majority of the women were. Well, I'm a businessman, and I got to consider making certain business decisions. Now, you know, I want to be a little critical of this program, if I might. You know, you guys are always bringing up about the cost that the state's going to come after her and everybody that's going to file civil suits and all this stuff. That's meaningless unless they have a judgment in their hand. And their attorneys are smart enough to know that they can go offshore and film these interviews or do these photo shoots or whatever it is they're going to have to do. And that changes the whole dimensions of where the money is or how the money can be gotten. So anybody who's filing a suit, a civil suit, they're wasting their time, and the state is wasting their time. They're not going to be able to keep her from getting the money. Now, what happened to that old adage that it's better that 10 guilty men go free than one innocent man stay in prison? I mean, I can understand why everybody is upset about that verdict. But we don't have justice in America. We have a shot at justice. And sometimes you get it and sometimes you don't. And I spent more money in the courtroom probably than any individual other than a lawyer. And I know I don't try to second guess these juries. And we can't trash our legal system and try to dismantle it or set it aside just because we're not happy with one particular verdict. You know, people need to get a life and move on.
What do you think the fascination is? Very short, we have to go to break, but with people coming to you in droves that they want to see Casey in your magazine. Why?
That was my big surprise. Why, I don't know. I looked at her and I never had a desire to see her in her birthday suit, but a lot of people did.